Grimjow is full casual mode, so who's going to be better, the full casual mode or the full gentleman mode?
I don't know. I'm rooting for the gentleman.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Grimjow then. Just like,
Really?
yeah.
You prefer casual over gentleman?
This is like give me a second. Something really awkward happened. we
Wow, you messed up the video file? That's my job, Matt.
No, I didn't mess up the video file.
Yeah, yeah,
VLC player just was like, okay, let's shut down.
Yeah, yeah,
when,
yeah,
when
yeah.
when you start the video file, it was just like let's shut down, and that entirely didn't work. So this happens if you have recorded games and live productions. Errors might happen, but now everything is fixed, and we got Artosis versus Grimjow. It's the first game of the day, and we got Shaman versus Druid. Who do you think is in a favor?
I think Shaman is stronger because he puts a lot of stuff onto the board, and Druid normally has trouble to clear the board. Like, of course he has a swipe, maybe even Selnus swipe, that would clear the totems, but if you don't have Selnus or a Zudrake with a smite, won't help you that much. So, it's gonna be a fight about the board control, in my opinion.
It's always a fight about the board control, but especially against a Shaman with all the totems, that's just super annoying, as you quote. The advantage for Artosis is absolutely that he has a wide growth, but the disadvantage is he has a wide growth and then only crap. I mean, he might have a swipe, he might have a Raz. In the end, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff missing. So he has no follow-up. There's a Yeti. That's the first good card he's actually drawing now, and that helps him a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what is Grimjow going to do here? He got his wolves running.
Yeah, he played the wolves. Now he's overloaded, but he already has a potent board.
And second, white grows for Artosis, so he might just go super crazy mode. I mean, he got the second white growth, so he can go 9 mana out of nowhere in the next 2 turns. He will go Yeti, that's no surprise. And we see for Grimjow, well, there are some good cards to play against it. I mean, he can get Totem, he can get just attack, maybe just drop Selnus to get card draw if he dies.
Really? Nah.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe you shouldn't. The advantage you have here is you get your healing totem, so he might kill one, he might swipe, but the 2 totems will survive, whatever he does here.
We also see Grimjow plays with an auctioneer. In a lot of shamans, there's 1 in there. You don't run 2, in general.
Yeah, there's one auctioneer just for the late game card draw. Imagine turn 8 is auctioneer Hex, is one of the famous moves you want to do with an auctioneer. Now his board gets completely cleared, and even the second white grows here for Artosis. This is looking like really awesome, and well, for Grimjow, he has nothing at the moment to kill a 4/3 minion. This is just ridiculous.
Is he gonna play the Zudrake? Would make sense.
But whatever he drops, that minion will just get swiped, for example.
Yeah, but it's good that he sort of baited out the swipe with his Zudrake, or he's going to bait it out, and then he can play his auctioneer without being too afraid of a swipe. Of course, there is the option of a second swipe, but do you want to use 2 swipes that early? No, you don't.
Well, sometimes you have to if you don't have any other play. But for Artosis, there's also the Argent Commander in his hand, so his hand is pretty potent. In the worst case scenario, he can always use Force of Nature to clear the board. That's actually a really good thing. He still has his Keeper of the Grove, so if he wants to, there's some plays. He can Keeper the Totem, attack the 4/4. He could attack the Totem Argent Commander. He could swipe, as you say.
I think swipe here. Swipe hero ability.
But I dislike swiping just because of the reason you have only 1 minion out. And that's just what I don't like. So if you swipe, you are still in that 1 minion mode. But against a Shaman, well, there could be a Lightning Storm, so it's not...
First of all, there could be a Lightning Storm, and that way he has only 1 minion out as well.
Yeah, like this.
Like, he keeps the swipe and creates his Yeti. I don't know. If you force a Lightning Storm against you, that's fine. And he also needs to play a Selnus to be 100% certain that he's going to kill your Yeti with 3 HP. Or get lucky with a Totem. But then again, he uses 5 mana to kill the Yeti. Well, you will say It's 3 mana, but you are overloaded by 2, so that's effectively 5 mana.
Well, Defend of Argus into 2 totems, that makes a really strong board, especially even with a spell damage swipe. You couldn't clear the board completely here. Well, he has a Harvest Golem now. That's a good thing to drop down. For example, Harvest Golem, attack 1 totem, hero power, kill it. If you drop your Argent Commander, that might just get Fire Elemental, Lightning Storm. So there's too many options to get that minion killed. And swiping? Well, that was a slight... Like, he could have swiped the 2/2 minion and then killed the healing totem. So there wouldn't have been any disadvantage from swiping the 2/2. I'm just surprised here that he didn't go for the 2/2.
Yeah.
Well, in the end, it makes no difference. There's going to be the Fire Elemental, I would say. Lightning Storm, like Selma's Lightning Storm feels too wasty for that board. Even though it would clear both minions and you could kill the 2/1, but still, it feels just stupid. Might be the Fire Elemental. I'm just rooting for it. The good thing is you got your turn 5, your turn 8, Auctioneer, Ferrous Spirits. Yeah, I would have gone for that too before you 2/2 dice to something. Or as I use it now, if you only kill the 2/3, the other minion will just be annoying.
Now you got the Black Knight.
But he might have a Black Knight, but he would like to have...
His board is not really... Like, the cards of Artosis are not that great. And his draw was meh. He had 2 Vault Growths, which is great. But not if you don't have any follow-up. Like, he wants to have Ancient of Lore, for example, or Ancient of War. Something like that. But he has only low-cost minions. Well, 6 mana is not low, but you know what I mean.
The most important thing that's just missing, as you stated, is the Ancient of Lore. If you have 10 mana on turn 7, on your enemy turn 7, you want to have an Ancient of Lore, you want to draw those cards and drop more and more minions. And that's what Artosis doesn't have. He might have a Force of Nature, but that's a dead card until turn 9, and you want to play it with a Roar. The good thing is we see in Alakia, and Artosis having a Black Knight, so if Alakia comes early, you can just kill that one.
I think he's gonna go for turn 10 play with Alakia Flametongue.
Yeah, it's could be one play that's happening. The good thing is he can play the next 2 turns without overloading him in any way. There's the potential of Azure Drake, Selnus, plus Flametongue Totem, and just wow, swipe chop deck for
Swipe
Artosis.
is really good.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
But the problem is he's running out of cards right now. There are not many options on his hand. Of course, there's still the potential that he draws into Roar, which is 14 damage in combination with Force of Nature. He also has his coin, so that's even 15 damage. But we know Grimmjow still 23 HP and no way to really get him down. And the problem is he has a big Game Hunter. He kept it for a long time, but the value against the Shaman is so low, so he has to just throw it out.
And the only minion you can kill in a Shaman
Fire Elemental
effectively,
Flametongue,
is a Fire Elemental with Flametongue.
Well,
and we do not see one at the moment.
sometimes Shamans run Ragnaros, occasionally, but that's not so super usual.
Yeah, it's not so common to see it, so yeah, could, but no, I don't think so. And the board for Grimmjow is just devastating for Artosis. I mean, 2/3, 2/3, 0/2, and a 3/5. He can Black Knight one away, but then there's the potential of Alakia next turn. There's still this 3/5 that gets stronger and stronger. He can play Black Knight, coin, and even go for the Druid of the Claw. But as we know, there is still Salnus, Lightning Storm, plus Flametongue Totem. So I would say his 2 minions are getting melted, worst case scenario.
Yeah, definitely.
If he even goes for a coin, Druid of the Claw, which I would definitely throw out here.
He's only down to Force of Nature.
Yeah, Force of Nature is okay.
Not looking good for Artosis.
Force of Nature is okay to have, but like it's even an advantage now. So for not killing the 2/3 with his 4/2, and even a Hex, so we might see a Hex, Salnus, Lightning Storm finish off the 4/5. That's just perfect, and it will definitely take 3 damage. So he can just trade it easy mode with his 2/3 and has a 4/6 out. There has to
wow.
be force of nature got to be used now to actually clear the board here. I mean,
Well,
well,
you can't. Yeah, well, you can clear the board, but still, it hurts so much. Now he gets the Ancient of Lore. Kinda late.
well,
Would you go for the Ancient now and just use your hero ability, kill Salnus,
yeah.
see what you get? Just get options in your hand.
You need to do this. I mean, yeah, you could go Force of Nature as we said, but if you get a
Or
Roar
not.
now, you would regret it. You need to kill Salnus, since it could just get super annoying, especially we haven't seen a Lightning Bolt now. And
Nope.
if he goes Azure Drake, 5 damage Lightning Bolt, you're just screwed. There's Alakia, there's Flame Tongue, there's another Hex, so Grimmjow
Nice.
might just Hex Azure Drake, even Rockbiter, so wow, if he can deal so much damage the coming turns. I mean, if he just drops his Flame Tongue now and goes for the Azure Drake and kills off the 5/5 with his minion would survive.
How about just hexing?
Yeah, the problem is if you hex, I want him to play his Flame Tongue Totem to turn 9.
What?
To next turn go for Alakia, Flame Tongue, whatever. That would be some 16 damage in one turn. Well, you can go for this play, and you get your Alakia out, especially because the Black Knight is gone. 2 swipes are gone. Run Ras is left. There's a Savage Roar.
Yeah.
This is looking for good for Artosis now. Well, not good, but he can clear the board. At least that.
Well, but he's down so many cards. Like Grimmjow, 5 cards on his hand, will draw another one at the beginning of his turn. I
It all comes down if Artosis is drawing. So this is Azure Drake next turn, another card. Maybe get a Scenarios next turn, get a Ragnaros next turn. There's some options for him still left to go crazy mode. Grimmjow has a good hand with the Hex, with his own Azure Drake, still with the Big Game Hunter.
Big Game Hunter. Like if he draws a Ragnaros, just spells trouble. If it's scenarios, okay, that's fine. You get 3 taunts, effectively.
Well,
He's gonna hex scenarios and you get 2 terrains.
I was thinking about just go for Force of Nature without Roar. But you need 11 mana to play your Harvest Golem also if you want to use your hero ability. But if you keep your Roar, you can still use it 2 turns later, 3 turns later if you have 2 minions out, and that's awesome.
I think it's the correct play to just go for Force of Nature and hero ability.
You don't need to use your Roar.
Exactly.
And, I mean, with 2 4 attack minions out, that's 12 plus 8 from the Roar. So it's every time really potent. And this is just super annoying for Artosis. There's a Azure Drake, 4 damage Lightning Bolt, and we're going to see 5
and
damage Lightning Bolt.
spell damage totem.
And we're going to see the Azure Drake plus Yeti. And well, this is just going to get Lightning Bolted or double
Azure Drake.
or double Azure Drake, but they will just get killed.
And they will get killed by Defender of Argus, Lightning Bolt, and then most likely he could even just Rockbiter up his totem after he buffed it with Defender and then trade.
Here's a little gimmick for you guys. This happened during the game. It's funny. Artosis has a disconnect. So my producer told me that. He actually was getting those files and he ran to me and I was like, oh god, Artosis had a disconnect. And the reconnect feature worked. So he's coming back into the game in some seconds and he can actually continue playing.
That's important.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how good the reconnect worked, if he could play the Yeti or not. But my producer was just extremely hyped to see the reconnect feature actually working. I have never seen it working.
Really? Worked for me a couple of times.
Well, I heard it's only like it's 30 to 60 seconds. See, there he is back and he can play his Yeti. So reconnect feature OP works in the end. I heard it has 30 to 60 seconds where you have to reconnect, and everything over that you're just screwed. But as we see, Artosis got back in. Now he's named Unknown. You cannot see that, but
Do you think he's going for Lightning Bolt, Defender of Argus, Rockbiter, and just throw down Mana Tide?
well, he can go for the face. Look at this. He got 4 damage, so he can deal 8 damage with what he has on the board. Plus 5, 13, plus the Rockbiter. So he could have dealt quite a lot of damage just going for the face. What we might see here, Defender of Argus, just run your 5/5 into the 4/4.
Really?
And
Why
then
would you want to drop him low? Because you will deal 5 damage then if he goes for the hero ability? I think just trade the totem with the Rockbiter. It's better.
But
Keep
I feel
your
like
5/5.
I don't want to trade the rock biter here. I would like to get my totem out, and you could have coined, you could have done another totem, maybe for a healing totem, and you would have had a 5/2 minion. So both plays are okay. I just felt like keeping my rock biter for further plays. There's scenarios, so that's what he wanted to see, but he's down to 14, and he cannot do anything against the 5/5 minion on the board.
This is bad.
That's 7 damage, plus the Flame Tongue Totem, that's 11 damage at the moment for Grimmjow. Is he drawing... Oh, yeah, even a Lightning Storm, so you got Unbound Elemental, Lightning Storm, Flame Tongue Totem. If the Lightning Storm hits perfect, he just devastates the board and he's gonna win in 2 more turns. This looks like extremely good for Grimmjow.
Would you go for Flame Tongue now, or just hope that you get a spell damage totem? I mean, it's one out of 4. Wow, he gets it real.
I guess it wouldn't have mattered so much if you go for it or not. You could have cleared the board anyways. Maybe lose one of your minions, like the 2/3.
Yeah, but still.
In the end, it was pretty lucky.
Get Stormforged for the Unbound.
Yeah, even more overload. So Grimmjow, that's the problem with the Shaman. You think you get it killed, but if they have 3 to 5 cards in their hand, they can just go so crazy with everything they draw. And this looks like super GG for Grimmjow. He has a double Flame Tongue Totem plus the Stormforged axe. This is more than GG. This is just getting crushed by Shaman.
Damn it. Artosis.
That's 0-9 for Artosis at the moment.
Yeah, 0-9.
Ready to go, and without any further ado, let's jump into this game and see if we have a hunter.
We have a rogue. That's surprising.
We have a rogue. Well, not surprising for me. I would say
you would have played rogue rather than hunter. Well, it depends on your hunter, of course. You don't want to play Sunshine against the Shaman because, yeah, your high main is just gonna get hexed or shocked, and then the value is just gone.
Correct there. Especially if your enemy has a White Pyromancer too. I just feel if Artosis is running a good Miracle Rogue with a good draw, he can win the game. Well, not easy mode, but absolutely okay. I mean, he has Fan of Knives, he got Blade Flurry, he got Selnus Blade Flurry. He maybe runs a Wild Pyromancer himself.
We don't know. If he has a Wild Pyromancer, it's very good.
Well, if he has a Wild Pyromancer, that's good for him. But first of all, he needs it, or he needs to have it in his deck. At the moment, I do not see stuff like that. It's pretty standard and pretty sad for him. I mean, he has an Eviscerate. He got double Sap, Fan of Knives, Leroy. As I said, this is just some super not cool draw for him.
Yeah. He has to throw out the SI7 for no value.
Nah, and that just hurts, throwing out SI7 for no value. Well,
yeah, he plays the rock biter.
And that even gets killed instantly. So, not even no value. You get a Mana Tide Totem against you also. And what does he want to do now? So you get an Eviscerate in your hand, but you need something to trigger it. Yeah, you would need at the moment. You would need to play a Conceal to get your Eviscerate off, or you just play your Eviscerate for 2 and attack with the weapon. But it feels like always playing a 2-attack Eviscerate just hurts yourself.
Feels wrong. It wasn't a problem in this case, though.
No, it wasn't a problem in this case, but you lost like your Eviscerate potential for an Azure Drake. And as we know, Grimmjow has one in his hand, and not only Azure Drake, there's Stormforged Axe, more Totem, there's Flame Tongue. So he can just drop his Flame Tongue and have a 2/2 Totem, and you're not getting past that one now. Well, Shift Fan of Knights, this is okay.
He can clear the board.
Or he cannot clear the board.
He can not clear the board.
So good we're on one spot here. You can Fan of Knives and Shift to get rid of...
I was thinking about Selnus, Fan of Knives would clear the board, and then I saw the Shift. And somehow Shift was equal to Selnus.
Yeah, it costs 2/2, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it draws a card also. There's the second Eviscerate, but you're not going to use
you can't use it, please.
But you
don't.
You want to get the Flame Tongue Totem killed, but this is like going super sad for Artosis here.
Damn.
This is when Mercury Rogue goes wrong, and you're not getting an Auctioneer, you're not getting preparations. This is really when it goes wrong.
We have to be honest here. Artosis is 0-9, but every single game he played, he had a horrible draw during the last weeks.
I
Like
agree.
5 weeks in a row, he had horrible draws.
I absolutely agree with you here. I mean, he has a Urzen Ring Farsia. It's like sometimes
Nice, but you didn't. You didn't take any damage yet. Like it's 0 value again, just like the SI7.
sometimes you can play everything right, but it's still not enough. You're just going to get melted.
Well, he's just not. He's not believing in the heart of the cards enough.
He got double stab, so that's a good thing to have in theory.
If you have something that can actually damage the shaman, he has the Leroy. That's great. He has a conceal for his auctioneer if he draws one, but it's turn 7. No auctioneer yet. No Azure Drakes. No Acolyte of Pain.
Well, after the Lightning Storm, he could go for Leroy Conceal, just to get his Leroy running. So since you saw one Lightning Storm, you're not scared of a second Lightning Storm. That's not going to come. I mean, that's the last card
Yeah.
in his deck. He could go for Leroy Conceal. He has a backstab, but that's more or less useless. I guess he needs to sap the Unbound Elemental to prevent it from going super crazy mode. And he cannot kill the Azure Drake. This is just like, it sucks every card in his hand. He has good cards, but not in this situation. You want to have this hand late game. Turn 10, when you used all your cards and those are the last 4 cards in your deck, then you're happy. But I guess our viewers, they are happy to see Miracle Rogue getting crushed here by Shaman.
I think he can still come back. It's just like he has Shadow Step, he has Backstab, Conceal. If he draws a good auctioneer, there's a potential.
Well, he can come back. He can sap those 2 minions. But there's just the follow-up coming from Grimmjow, especially with the Lightning Storm. Just like brain melting. So he double saps. But there's going to be one more card be drawn by the Azure Drake. There's the Unbound Elemental plus Furry Spirits. Just like what the hell? This is not gonna use him anything.
No.
Yeah, there's Earthen Ring Farsia, bro.
Yeah.
But Rockbiter, there's just like Unbound Elemental, Fairy Spirit, Rockbiter, be happy.
Oh, this hurts so much.
Yeah, he's down to 18.
And that's the problem. We barely see it, but when it happens, it completely demolishes the Miracle Rogue. If you don't get your auctioneer, there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do.
Well, you can do something, but not enough to win the
Well,
game.
Not against the Shaman that just throws taunts at you and just minions.
I mean, he has a Coldblood, so Leroy Coldblood Shadow Stab is possible, but without attacking the face. The backstab has some value now, so he can backstab the 2-3 and attack. That's a good thing to do.
Nice.
Yeah, but wow.
Yeah.
He's just getting totally brain melted here. That hurts so much to watch. I mean, I feel with him. I play Miracle Rogue myself. You don't draw your auctioneer, you get turned over like that in a tournament. I mean,
that's why I stopped playing. Like I really enjoy playing Miracle Rogue when you get your auctioneer, but it's just so annoying if you don't.
yeah, I agree.
Like when you have 3 games in a row with a Miracle Rogue and you don't draw your auctioneer, or you just get a horrible draw in general, it's so frustrating because you feel like you can't do anything.
On day 1, we had Planiki with 4 times Miracle Rogue in a row. They won 4 games in a row, only with Miracle Rogue. Everyone was hating on Miracle Rogue on that situation, just BM, that Miracle Rogue. Now you see how it can turn when you play Miracle Rogue, and it goes really sad for you. Artosis just getting melted here. Enemy is down to 9.
I mean, he didn't get his Blade Flurry, no Deadly Poison, no Auctioneer, no Acolyte of Pain or Cold Light Oracle, whatever he's running.
He cannot come back from this. This is going to be a win for Grimmjow, and Artosis. It looks like Artosis is getting too old. He gets an Azure Drake. That's in theory a good card. You can double backstab away those wolves. It will not save your life, but it just looks like, well, now you got at least one good move for you.
I'm actually feeling sad. Like, I'm sad for Artosis now.
Yeah, I feel with you. Like, casting that game was no fun.
It just
From
feels wrong to cast.
From Artosis' point of view, he just got completely demolished. The good thing is he can Shadow Step and draw one more card with his Azure Drake. But even if it's a preparation, I mean, he would need to draw. There's nothing he can draw. Even if he gets a preparation, there's no spell that's used for him. Another Azure Drake, that's cool. And there's a concede 2-0 for Grimmjow.